Hey, hey, hey. Welcome everyone to our update for Proclaim this week. I am here with my uh, conference director. I call her Yellow Girl, but her name is Carol. And we are here this week with Mary Snyder, who is one of our amazing faculty members. We are so excited to introduce you to her. If you do not already know her, this is going to be good.
It is.
Sure. Yes, yes. So, first of all, Mary, welcome to our little weekly update for the Proclaim conference.
I'm so excited to be here, y'all. I cannot wait for Proclaim. It's on my calendar in big letters right over there, right there.
Yes. Woo! Well, I will give you a proper introduction, Mary. With over 20 years on the stage, behind the stage, and booking authors onto the stage, just that right there, I'm telling you, that's some major experience from every different angle, which you don't usually get at writers' conferences. Just saying. Mary Snyder is the unique combination of message craft master and event business expert. I love that. Producing live events, hiring the speakers, and coaching on messaging. Mary has recruited, booked, and coached some of the most influential and well-known speakers of our time. Today, Mary, during our time together, not necessarily today, she is going to give you some tidbits though today, but she is going to share from her wealth of knowledge to educate and encourage you and you as up and coming communicators and even those who have been speaking for a long time. This is not just going to be the basics. There's going to be some advanced content as well that will be amazing for those who have been on the stage for a long time and can have some great takeaway to move forward. But just helping communicators craft their message and connecting them, sharing it from the stage, that's her sweet spot. We totally love her and we are excited with just the expertise level that she brings to this conference. So welcome again.
For sure, Mary. We are so excited to have you. I heard you for the first time this past summer at Christian Communicators, and you're just a delight. You have so a wealth of information, but you're fun to just be with. I love the phrase on your website where you talk about living in the South is like living in a bowl of soup, and it just
hot.
So hot soup. That's right. So anyways, but we just have a couple questions because we want you to share some things with our viewers today. And so the first one is, can you tell us a little bit about what you are going to be teaching on at Proclaim?
I would love to. I am super excited, y'all. First of all, y'all, thank you so much for inviting me. Athena, Carol, or like I call you Yellow Girl, because that's what Athena calls you, and follow y'all on Facebook. And I'm like, it's Yellow Girl. It's Yellow Girl. Which I love because now every time I see something yellow, I think of you. It's a great thing. First of all, I'm so excited to be at Proclaim. Now I'm going to talk to y'all who are watching. I get to do something in the pre-conference, y'all. This is, and I'm going to read it so I don't mess it up because y'all been known to mess something up. I am going to be teaching about what a meeting planner, an event planner looks for. Like this is kind of the insider tip. And I'm going to be talking about what kind of information I've gotten that's really got my attention or what have I received that made me go, So, because I want you to know what to do and what not to do. Because those are, if you've got those two things under your belt, you are a step up. So that pre-conference is going to be pretty darn amazing, in my opinion. Not just because I'm going to be there, y'all. I'm just here for the grace of God. I mean, come on. Okay. So also, Carol, can I tell them what I'm doing in the full?
I'm really excited about this one too.
Okay, this is fun. This is what I love to do. I'm going to be talking about the art of emceeing an event because it truly is. Emceeing is something that I say is part well, I've lost the word, y'all. It was real good. It was so good when it was in my head, and then I lost it before it came out. Yes, I'm a professional. But I'm going to talk about the art of emceeing, which is a combination of knowing exactly what to do in the moment and having a script. So you literally have to learn and know how to flex. But it is so much fun because you get to connect with your audience in a very unique way. So that's something I'm going to be teaching on at the conference. So you need to come to the pre-conference, learn about the meeting planner, and then come on and stay over. I mean, obviously, you're going to stay for that. So, all right, Carol, I'll quit babbling on over here.
Oh, that's amazing. You know what? Being an MC is such a unique role within any event. And
Yes.
just to learn some tips about how to do that well and really how to engage in your audience, because that is the big key, is making them feel like they are seen and that they are valued from the moment they sit down in their seat until they
That's
leave.
right.
So I'm excited for that. So can you also just today, since we're all here together, give us a just a little tidbit or maybe some encouragement of something that we could take right now and use it within our speaking?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to give you the number one thing I think I missed for so long as a speaker. I tried to speak to everyone. I learned I just speak to one person because here's what I know. If God has called you to be a communicator, and if you're watching this and you're thinking about proclaim, God's called you to be a communicator. Okay. This is one of your equippings. And you are going to speak to one person. I know right now you're saying, but Mary, I want to speak to all the people in the audience. You will create a message for one, because what I don't want you to miss is that your message is her hope. Right now, what you're going through, the message God has given you, someone is either going through something or has gone through something, and she needs that message. So, you crafting a message for one person, just her, is exactly what she needs. So, don't sit down on that. And sometimes I think y'all, Carol, Athena, we start thinking as communicators, we get a little nervous when we first start. We don't want to, I don't know. Listen to me. Y'all come in real close. If God's given you a message, he wants you to get the equipping to go out and share that message. He didn't give it to you to sit on it. So that's why I encourage you today, start crafting that message and craft it to one person. You can't speak to everyone. Oh, can I do one more tip? Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
Don't be somebody other than yourself. And let me explain that. You see, when I first started, I decided I was going to be the new Beth Moore, the redheaded version, a little bit larger, slightly fluffier. I am not Beth Moore. I would get up there and I'd talk about the Hebrew and the Greek, and y'all, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was a horrible Beth Moore. So then I decided I was going to be like a Jennifer Rothschild. First of all, I'm not blind. Okay. I can't be Jennifer Rothschild. She does a great job. And finally, when I just started being me. So if you're listening, be you. You are the only person that can deliver the message, write the book, whatever God is calling you to, however you're to communicate, do the podcast. You're the only one that can do that. I can't do it. Athena can't do it. Yellow Girl, Carol can't do it. Only you can do it. So do it. And I'm just going to be bossy, and I'm just going to take over. Y'all need to come to Proclaim. And I'm not even in charge. I'm just telling y'all, because you're going to walk away with not only equipping, because we all need equipping, but you're going to walk away with relationships with other communicators. And that's priceless. Okay. Now I'll give you show back to you.
Good word. It's so easy for us to just say, I want to speak to everyone and my message is for everyone. And you have to just write it for that one person, because if you're authentic and you're writing it for that one person and crafting it for them, it's going to touch way more of those lives that are in the audience. But it's easier if you just think about sitting across the table with that one person
Mhm.
and sharing what she needs to hear.
and being yourself, because no matter how eloquent of a speaker you may be or how quirky you are, someone's going to relate to you, and they're going to really resonate with what you have to say because they see themselves in you.
Right.
And that will really make them make a difference in their world.
So true.
So Mary, tell us a little bit about what's going on in your life now.
Well, I will tell you what I just got finished doing. Okay. So I just got home a few weeks ago from 15 days on the road, living the dream, living glamorous, living on a tour bus. I was emceeing a tour. So I was out on the road. We did, I don't even remember. I think it was 9 shows in 12 days. And then I had some pre-shows. Yeah. 9 shows in 12 days, 7 shows in a row. Y'all, I'm going to be serious. That last show, I forgot 2 things. Like I was supposed to stay from the stage. Y'all are just getting the real thing. That was me emceeing, and 7 shows in a row is tough. 7 shows in a row is tough, but I was so blessed to get to do that and be out there and hang out with the audience and get to minister to them and hear their stories. So yeah, I loved it. I'll be going back out right after Proclaim. I go out again in March. So I'll be out on the road again, emceeing, living the dream on a tour bus. So
something that occurred to me when you were talking about the whole, process of being the MC, and it just struck me that you set the tone.
Yeah.
That is a incredibly important position, even though you're not the headliner. You're a very important person in the scheme of things at that event. And that's not something, I think I've thought in the past, emceeing, whatever, that's just somebody making jokes or being a comedian or whatever, just kind of warming up the audience. But there's way more to it.
There is, and I tell you what, Athena, is I had to check myself because while I was stepping out there, I'm not bringing a message. I'm not, leading in worship, but I'm still representing Christ. Yeah. I'm still setting the tone for the worship leader. I'm setting the tone for the speaker who's coming out there with a very big message. And so as MCs, I'm going to encourage y'all who think you would love to do this. Don't minimize it. It is still the work of the Lord. And I would stand back there and say, okay, Jesus, we're going to go out there. We're going to hopefully make them laugh, hopefully make them think, and hopefully get them ready to really encounter what God has for you. That was always my prayer. Lord, let me get them ready for what you're going to do in their life over the next 2 hours. So yeah, it took a while for me to figure that out too. I just thought it was all, making jokes and having a good time. It is that too, but it's a lot more.
There's way more to it. Yep.
Right. Amen. It's like you're the overture to the stage, because you actually, how like in a musical, how the music plays and as it swells and as it gets softer while you're sitting there anticipating what's going to happen, the music really sets the tone. And so that's exactly what you're doing as an MC.
And I am so not musical, but I am so using that the rest of my natural life.
Very cool. Nice. Well, thank you so much, Mary. It's been so fun having you here.
It's so fun.
So Athena, can I tell them a little bit about how to get ready for the conference? So you can sign up for Proclaim at shewritesandspeaks.com. And then you can sign up for the pre-conference, which is where you'll hear Mary the first time, as well as a few others like our last guest that we had, Diane Flegel, and then Gigi Dunnigan. And so it's going to be a great Thursday. And then Friday morning starts Proclaim with just so much content and just inspiration and encouragement and worship. I cannot wait. So shewritesandspeaksforhim.com.
No, shewritesandspeaks.com. The for him is on other.
The for him is given. It's
assumed.
We're doing it all for Jesus.
Let me also say that I don't care whether you just have this inkling in your heart, like the Lord's been saying, I want you to tell your story. And maybe he hasn't said speaking or writing or blogging or how you're going to do that. If he has put that in your heart and you're maybe going, no, that's not me. I can't do that. Whatever. It may not even be your season yet. But this is a great place to start, just to begin to learn and begin to understand what it takes to do both speaking and writing, and do it with excellence, and really hone whatever message. And it could just be an idea in your head. You do not have to be a working speaker or a writer. You can just be knowing that God wants to use your story, and you're still going to absolutely come away with a ton of equipping, inspiration, relationships, everything that you need to be able to take whatever your next step is.
Agreed.
So she writes and speaks.com. Go there now. Thanks for being with us. And thank you, Mary.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.